Hello everyone, how are you all? My name is Chegu Kavin. Today I'm going to guide you on lesson 1 writing for form 4 English, and we will focus on directed writing. Before we begin our lesson, I would like to request all learners to press the subscribe button, and please leave your comments, suggestions and other feedbacks for me to improvise my video presentation. Let's look at the directed writing article today. The marking form is as follows. Okay, if you look at the marking format for articles, they are format, content and language. For format, the marks allocated is 2 marks and the content is 13 marks. For language is 20 marks and the total is 35 marks for directed writing. Please pay attention on the alphabets in the bracket, which is FCL. Your teacher will use this format, content and language when he or she is marking your essay paper. So it is very important for you to know what is format. Okay, first of all, format is a type of structure that you will use when you write your essay for directed writing. For each format is different. For an example, for article, for letter writing, informal and formal letter writing, for speeches, okay, so story, the formats are different. So it is important for you to know the format correctly so that you will get 2 marks for the format. Next is the contents. The content is where you will expand your points. You will expand your points in paragraphs. So for content, there are 13 marks allocated for this section. So next is language. What is language? Language is grammar, the way you use the language correctly, the sentence structure. That is around 20 marks allocated for this. So it is important for you to know how to use the past tense, the present tense, articles and other sentence structure correctly, so that you will get 20 marks for this. So altogether are 35 marks for directed writing. So I would like to share with you some quick tips so that you will take this as a what we say, as a lesson for you, so that you will prepare yourself before you sit for the exam. The first thing is you will be given 1 mark for each correctly written format F and content C. Okay, this one, when you write the correct format and correct content, you will get 1 marks. Okay, meaning that, okay, let's say for informal letter, for an example. Okay, so you will get 1 marks for the address, the salutation, and the signature. Same goes to article, because today we are focusing on the article. So later I will explain to you how to write the correct format. So this is the tips that I'm going to share. So let me share the tips first. Then later we will go into the actual scenario. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Usually the full mark you can get for format for articles is 2 only. Okay, for 2 marks only given. Maximum is 3, but for article you will get 2 marks for format. Alright, next, make sure you identify the format from the question before you begin writing. Read the question carefully. Okay, this is where most of the students will make mistake in this part. They only read once and they just start it straight away. In my experience, most of the students, or several students, I can say several students, they find it hard to identify the correct format for article. Sometimes the same case scenario also happen for informal and formal letter writing. So it is very important for you to read the question at least twice so that you can identify the correct format. Alright. Next, before you begin writing, count the points given to you. Okay, you must count the points. There are altogether 13 points. So and 13 marks. So you need to identify 13 points elaboration. All right. Next, it is very tempting to write long in this section as the points are given. Do not write too long. There is no word limit for this section, so do not get carried away. Yeah, some students they sometimes they can't control their hype. They tend to write a bit longer. So when they write a bit longer, you will tend to make certain errors, which will give some impact to your marks. So be straightforward, be straight, write short and simple sentences and be straightforward. That is the main thing. Okay, don't write a paragraph to elaborate only one point. Okay, cluster the points given according to their relevance. You can use up until 3 to 4 points in a paragraph. Okay, so make sure you, when you write in paragraph, make sure you gather the points. Let's say 3 to 4 points contents you can stick up in one paragraph. You don't need to write one paragraph, one point, and then you drag it until a bit longer. There you will make some mistakes or some errors. So make sure my students, please write a paragraph to elaborate at least 3 or 4 points in one paragraph. That is okay, but please make sure it is a straightforward sentence, not very long, and and you will tend to make some errors, so we don't want that. Next, use variety types of sentences. Remember to use simple, compound, and complex sentences. Okay, this one I'm very sure that your teacher already taught you about this, on how to write a simple sentence, how to write a compound and complex sentences. This is in grammar. So let's say you still don't know what is simple, compound, and complex sentences. Please refer back to your teacher, or please refer back to your grammar books. Do some exercise, some activities, so that you can improve yourself in this section. Okay, this is very important, my students. Okay, always make sure that you have knowledge on this, and so that there are some varieties of writing skills that you can master it, and you will get good marks if you can understand how to use the simple, compound, and complex sentences correctly. Okay, next, this is very important. Always plan before you write. It makes a lot of difference. So they always make sure you write your points in a piece of paper. Check it out. Maybe there are some points that will come to you in the later part, so you can add it up there. But don't take too much time on this, because you still need to focus on the continuous writing. So make sure you plan. Okay, a short plan. Take a piece of paper and write a short notes, or write a short points elaboration. And once you make the plan, then only you know how to start your essay. All right. Okay. We go to the next slide. Okay, this is the format for article that I told you just now. I will show you. Okay, here the F1. Let's look at the F1, F2. Okay, this F1 is the format, and F2 is the format as well. So let's look at format number 1. Title in capital letters and underline. So for article, make sure you write your title up here. Okay, in this context, we will look at the ways to excel in English. Okay, ways to excel in English, written in capital letters and underlined as well. Okay, for format number 2, written by, you must make sure you write written by. Written by who? Nurul Hayat Yahya. So you can write your name over here. This is the format for article. Okay, next. Okay, here, let's look at here. And your introduction paragraph with a clear thesis statement. Okay, first, in this article you will learn some ways to improvise your English. Okay, before that, you can write some small intro up here. Okay, the small intro up here can be, for an example, you can write okay, first, to begin with. Okay, you can do some small introduction. Okay, how you're going to do the small introduction is up to you. Okay, because certain students, they will write in a certain different ways. All right, this one is based on your experience and on your practices. So make sure when you write here the introduction, right, which is a bit general, starting with the general, then only you go into the thesis statement. Okay, this is the thesis statement. In this article, you will learn some ways to improve your English. Okay, this one is related to ways to excel in English. Okay, all right. Next, begin every paragraph with a clear topic sentence. Firstly, okay, I always encourage my students to use sequence connectors. For an example, firstly, secondly, next, then, later, finally. Okay, this is important so that it will get your readers to engage, to follow your ideas. I mean, to follow your ideas correctly. They will know. Okay, firstly, these are the thing. Okay, secondly, what will happen? Then next, then finally. So they can follow you. So make sure you use the sequence connectors correctly. So in this case, because it is starting paragraph, setting, so we will use firstly. Okay, firstly, the best way to excel in English is to immerse yourself with English materials. Okay, this is the first point. Okay, this is the first point. If you look here, this is the first point, and then you elaborate. Always remember, class. Remember, students. Always remember that you can either choose to elaborate or give examples. If you want to do two, okay, no problem, but you must use it correctly in a correct sentence. Okay, for weaker students or students who feel that they're still struggling, you can use either elaboration or example. Example is better because that is for students who are still struggling. For good students, you can use both. Okay, so firstly, here you write your points. Okay, then you can continue with your second point and later with the third point over here. Okay, you can use your 3 points or 4 points in one paragraph, just like just now I give you the tips. You can follow like this. Okay, next, and once you already finished inserting all your points, your elaborations, your examples and everything, when you are trying to end your paragraph, make a short conclusion of your point. So make sure you put your short conclusion here on the ending of your paragraph. Thus, you will not only get familiar with the language but also pick up some of the words and phrases you have ever used before. Okay, this one is the sum up, the sum up of the all the points written over here. Okay, all right. So when you use 3 points over here, you just make sure you write a small ending paragraph with a short conclusion. That's all. Very short conclusion. All right. Um, Transitional words when you introduce a new point. Let's look at the transitional words. Okay, here. Other than that, always think in English. Okay, this one, transitional means how you connect from your first paragraph to second paragraph. How you get your students to, I mean your audience or your readers to follow you from the first paragraph to second paragraph. That is what we call transitional word. Okay, transitional word. Okay, other than that, always think in English. Then you continue with your 5th, 6th or 7th point here in this paragraph. Okay, and next is, it is good idea if you can find an English speaking friend. Okay, and then the next other points. Okay, here you may be thinking, okay, what to write here? This is where you plan your points. All right, later we look at the task, then you will get some idea on how to start your directed writing article, and then later if you have any questions or you need any if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment box below or ask your English teachers for clarification. Okay, and the last one, Use a concluding phrase to begin your conclusion. In conclusion, okay, this is where you will end your article. In conclusion, to excel in English, engage yourself in as many English materials as you can. Always try to think in English, and you can also find an English speaking friend. It is absolutely possible to excel in English if you have the motivation it takes to do what you have suggested in this article. Okay, this is the overall conclusion. To write an overall conclusion, you need to summarize, take the summary of each paragraph conclusion. Okay, you take that, you can put it here, you just add on in conclusion and add on some small words here, and you that's all, finish. Okay, so restate your main points. This is where I said just now, restate your main points, but try to reword them. So when you take your conclusion over here, just now as you said here, this one, okay, you take this small conclusion over here, you write it over here, but you rephrase, change some words here and there, and you're done. Okay, okay, next one. This is writing hooks. Okay, you may begin your essay with one of these hooks to grab the attention of your readers. Okay, this is very important because when you write the introduction over here, okay, you can use this technique. There are three techniques. One is interesting question. You can ask question to your readers. For an example, if you ever if you ever dreamed of a world without pollution, if you ever wondered how many plastic bags are used by a person in his entire lifetime, okay, this is the starting question. Okay, you can write this in your introduction over here. Okay, next is famous quotes. Quotes means you can take from famous people, famous personalities. For an example, let's look here. It is our collective and individual responsibility to preserve and tend to the world in which we all live. Dalai Lama. This word was said by Dalai Lama. You know who is Dalai Lama, right? Dalai Lama is a famous monk in Tibet. So you can take this quote, you can put it over here, but make sure when you take quotes or interesting questions, it must be related to the topic. Do not write simply because you need to know which is matching to the title given here. Okay, and the next one is interesting facts. Okay, facts is so very important. Most of the students will tend to choose interesting facts or tend to choose interesting questions because that is safer. So interesting facts. Okay, 80 trillion aluminum cans are used by human every year. Recycling one aluminum can save enough energy to run our TVs for at least 3 hours. Okay, why you see all this environment? Because the topic is environment. Okay, let's say the topic here is ways to excel in English. You must find the facts which is related to excel in English. All right, so I hope this is clear. All right, this is clear for you. So all right, if you have any questions, you need any clarifications, you can ask in the comment box or you can ask your teacher. All right, next, some transitional phrases. Just now I told you here the transitional words or phrases. You can use this one, this part. Where is it? Okay, to introduce an idea, firstly, secondly, okay, add information, secondly, to show contradiction, but, however, on the contrary, on the other hand, okay, to make a small conclusion, so, therefore, hence, thus, okay, you can refer to here, alright, at every end of the paragraph. This is what you will write in this part, from here to here, alright, okay. And this one is what we call words that you can use to link from first paragraph to second paragraph to third paragraph, and at the end to make conclusion you can use this word so that it shows some connectivity, some links over there. Okay, and last and not least, okay, let's look at the TAS. Okay, this is the TAS sample question. Okay, we look at the sample question. Section A. directed writing 35 marks, time suggested 45 minutes. We cannot undo the harm that has already been done to our environment, but we can prevent the earth from further degradation. Okay, this one is about how to protect the earth from getting destroyed. Okay, this is what is all about. And as the president of the nature club in your school, you have been asked to write an article for your school bulletin on actions that can be taken to save the environment. Using the information below, write your article. Okay, as the president of the nature club, you are the president of the nature club, so you must write an article for your school bulletin. You know what is school bulletin? School bulletin is the school newspaper. And please pay attention on this. This is very important, on actions to save the environment. Action means the steps that can be taken to save the environment. Okay, using the information below, write your article. Okay, so make sure you understand what is the instruction asks you to do. The instruction clearly said that you are president of a nature club and you need to write an article on actions that can be taken to save the environment. Okay, here they already provided you the structure, the main points, for you to elaborate. Okay, you have to pay attention on this. Okay, save the environment is the title, and here is do's and don'ts. What is do's? Do's are what that people supposed to do, or what are the students supposed to do. Because you are president of the nature club in your school, you are giving advice to your students. So what are the do's? Do's means what are the things that you can do, and don'ts is what are the things that you should not do. Okay, so at home, here if you look at here, these are the places. Okay, at home, what are the do's and don'ts? At school, what are the do's and don'ts? On the road, and when shopping. Okay, when writing your article, okay, before you go to the task, you have to read the points. Why we need to read the points? Because you will write in your paper to make a draft or plan. Okay, at home, turn off electrical appliances. Okay, what is electrical appliances? Appliances, it means that all your electrical equipments like your heater, your all your what we call your water dispenser or something like that. And don't burn rubbish. Do not burn rubbish. Okay, here you will give your own idea. This is your own idea. Okay, for do's, and for don'ts you have to give your own idea. This own idea is the one that will be counted as a point for your essay. Okay, next, at school, plant trees. Okay, plant trees, these are the do's. And for don'ts, do not litter everywhere, do not throw rubbish. And one more idea must be on your own. Okay, and on the road, okay, on the road, carpool. What is carpool? Carpool means like five of you take one car and go to the particular place. And here you can give your own idea on the road. Maybe you can say that why don't you use the public transportation? Okay, and then idle means do nothing nah? Okay, next is when shopping. During shopping, bring your own shopping bags. Okay, and don't buy animal tested products, because when you buy animal tested products, the more animals will be harmed by irresponsible people, okay, to gain some benefits. Okay, when you write your article, you must give your article a title. Okay, refer back to this one. You must give a title here. Okay, and which is the save the environment. Include the name of the author. Okay, written by your name, and then use and written by your name, and make sure you, because here president of the nature club, so you must make sure you put your post here, post there, president of the nature club, and then use all the points given. Everything here you must use it, including your own idea. Okay, you must make sure you use this. Alright, and give your own ideas when needed, but I strongly suggest you give everything over here because it's already stated here, and make sure that you fulfill all these these tasks, and you will get 35 5 marks. Okay, so what are the criteria for marking language? Okay, just now I already told you about F, which is format. Let's look back at here. Okay, F, the content already explained to you. The content are 13 marks, and the language, this part, the language, 20 marks. The language where the teachers will be looking at here, this one. Criteria for marking language. Okay, for excellent, 19 to 20, these are the criteria. Okay, so when you write your essay, the teachers will look at this part when they give your how many marks over there. Okay, 20 marks over there. So 20 marks they will look at here. Look at the criteria. So this criteria I will upload. This material I will upload in my channel, so I hope you can take a look and you can do on your own. Okay, you can refer this, or you want to discuss with your friends or your teachers, you're mostly welcome, and I will upload this in the YouTube channel or in Google Classroom for my students. All right, so for the beginning, I suggest that you do this on your own. Try to do this on your own. You already have this structure to begin, which is this one. This one is the format. It's now already explained to you. You can refer to this structure. Okay, you can change this, and you can write. Take this as an example to do this task. Okay, so I wish you good luck, and in my next video coming lesson I will prepare a different one, which is maybe a speech, maybe an informal or formal letter writing for you to refer and for you to do. Okay, so I think that's all, my students. Thank you so much for following lesson 1 writing. I hope you can subscribe to my channel so that I can give you more information on English learning lessons and other informative information to all of you. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Take care.